wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Now we are from the group 1. We would like to present about word structure. Before we start our presentation, firstly, we would like to introduce our members of group. My name is Indinia Nirmala as the first speaker.
I am Nurul Hayati, the second speaker.
I am Sabrina Darmahayati as a third speaker.
I'm Muhammad Adika Mulya. I'm the fourth speaker.
And me, my name is Ferdi Bajrai as a last speaker.
The first is definition and types of word. Words is the smallest free form found in language. This contrasts deeply with a morpheme, which is the smallest unit of meaning. Basically, there are two types of word. First one is a simple word. Simple word is these are made up of a single morpheme, which cannot be segmented further into smaller meaningful units. And the second one is a complex word. Complex words are made up of two or more morphemes, which can be segmented further into a smaller meaningful. And the next is approach of representing the structure of word. The first one is the hyphening word approach. It shows the morphemic boundaries in a word by using a hyphen. Hyphen means pendekatan hyphen itu dalam bahasa Inggris itu yaitu mengacu pada cara menggunakan tanda hubung dalam pembentukan kata atau frasa. Tanda hubung sering digunakan dalam bahasa Inggris untuk pertama menggabungkan kata self-esteem, di mana kata self kemudian street esteem. Yang kedua adalah tree structure approach. It shows the details of the word internal organization. It shows the details of the word internal organizations. Before applying a tree structure, jadi untuk pendekatan tree structuring itu mengacu seperti pada diagram tree, ya tree diagram. Kemudian next, representing the structure of word. The first one is hyphenic words approach. It shows the morphemic boundaries in a word by using a hyphen. Jadi teman-teman, hyphen ini mengacu pada penggabungan kata. Jadi hyphen ini mengacu pada cara menggunakan tanda hubung dalam pembentukan kata atau frasa yang berfungsi untuk menggabungkan kata. Contohnya pada kata self-esteem. Ini merupakan contoh dari pendekatan hyphenic yang digunakan untuk mengidentifikasi structure of word-nya. Kemudian next yaitu tree structure approach, yaitu it shows the details of the word's internal organizations. Tree structure approach ini mengacu pada tree diagram untuk mengidentifikasi structure dari word tersebut. Ya.
Udah?
Potong videonya.
Okay, now I want to explain about the morpheme. The morpheme, therefore, is the smallest indivisible unit of semantic content or the grammatical function with which words are made up. And now the morpheme have two types. The first type is a free morpheme. The three morphemes, these have a tendency of standing alone, and they are of two categories. And the first category is lexical morphemes, and the last the functional morphemes. And I have the example from the morphemes, free morphemes. Okay, this is the example for the free morphemes. book. And the sentence for the books is she read a book. And this is the morphemes, free morphemes. And the last one is bound morphemes. Bound morphemes cannot stand alone and must be attached to other the morpheme to convey meaning. They include prefix, suffix, infinitive is bound morphemes. Bound morphemes, its nature cannot stand alone. They must be attached to root, stem, or base. The bound morphemes have three types. The component. The first is prefix, suffix, and suffix. And the last one is a prefix. There are an is a prefix. And the example for the sentence is an is unhappy. The prefix of the sentence is an. And modified the meaning of the root words is
Suffix is
happy. Yeah. Happy. This is the meaning of the word. And the second is n or suffix. The example sentence: she walked to the store. The suffix, the sentence is this is the suffix. And the last one is in or suffix. The sentence: they are running. The suffix for the sentence is running. That's enough for me.
Now I want to explain about roots and affix. Root is a core part of a word, the word which must be lexical in nature. A root must exist independent of affix. A root cannot be segmented further into smaller meaningful units. Now, affix. An affix is a morpheme that only occurs when attached to some other morpheme or morphemes such as root or stems or base. Prefix is an prefix attached before the root. Base or stem like reunion as in rewrite, unkeen, inaccurate. Suffix is an affix attached after the root or stem or base like L, E, L, Y, E, R, E, S, T, ing, S, ATC, as in kind, teacher, type is an ATC.
A stem is a part of word that exists before an intentional affix. It is a rich candidate with possibility of receiving intentional affix. Stem can be best captured in the field of intentional morphology. Egg, teacher, fly, flying. The prepositional and implicational morphem that it is said that are what are best, but are best are not taught. The reason for some claim are: 1. I wrote by nature and asif have implicational or depositional morphem. Some. Assalamualaikum.
Okay, now I will explain about example of word structure. There are 3 example of word structure that I made. The first one is rehospitalize. Rehospitalize. So the word structure of rehospitalize, there are 2 types. The first one is label brackets. The second one is tree diagram. So the first one I will explain about label brackets of the first example, rehospitalize. Okay, so now we got re is a affix, and then we got also hospital. When we combine it together, rehospital, it would be a verb. Okay, and also we got morphem like eyes. Yeah.
Yes.
When we combine it together, rehospitalize, it would be a verb. Okay, rehospitalize. This is the label brackets of rehospitalize. Now I will explain about the tree diagram of rehospitalize. Re is a affix. Hospital is a noun. Rehospital is a verb. And then eyes is a affix. Rehospitalize is a verb. Okay. Now we move to the second example. The second example of word structure is meaningfulness. Meaningfulness. The label bracket of meaningfulness. So we got mean. Mean is a verb. Ing is an affix, but when we combine it, it would be a noun. Meaning. And then we got full. Full is an affix, but when we combine meaningful, it will be an adjective. And then we got ness. Ness is an affix also, but when we combining together, meaningfulness, it will be a noun. Okay, very easy. Okay, now I will explain about the tree diagram of meaningfulness. Mean is a verb, ing is a affix, and the combining is a noun. Yeah, noun. And full is a affix. Meaningful is an adjective. And then meaningfulness is a affix. And then combining noun. Okay, I think that's all. I'm not gonna talk a lot because two example enough.
That's all from group 1. I hope it will be clear enough. If there is any question, just contact us personally. And thank you very much for your time and attentions. Assalamualaikum